Hi, Bunanja here, and today I have a guest here.
Howdy, Immortallium here from Victory Achieved Gaming, and I'm here to lend my assistance in a pretty challenging run through Undertale.
We're doing a Genocide run. Enjoy?
You said before, like when we were talking before, that you have played the pacifist run of Undertale before, but that you don't remember that much about it. Is that correct?
Yes. I have played the pacifist run before, but I don't actually remember much about it.
Interesting. Okay, so in that case, I'll bring up some little details to remind you on certain things. So in this case, we're going to name the fallen human the true name, which everyone always does for this run. So that's Chara.
All in caps?
Yes. And to remind...
H?
Yes, Chara. And that's actually the name of the human at the end of the pacifist run, the one that we learn fell down and lived with the royal family and ended up dying, and that's why Astriel ended up kind of going nuts. So yeah, that's the kind of canon name to go for this type of run.
So if we use this name,
it doesn't change anything really. It's just kind of like
oh, it doesn't change anything. Okay, gotcha. I thought maybe it would change how characters react to us.
No, the only one that changes thing is if you call the character Frisk, because that's the canon name of the main character that we're playing now. And if you call the character Frisk, this first dungeon that we're doing right now actually becomes like a hard mode, which is kind of an interesting thing to do. So there's our boy Flowey.
Frisk means it is upping the difficulty of the whole game?
Just the first dungeon. Yeah,
Just
it's a bit of a
dungeon.
weird, little bonus kind of thing. But Chara, which we've gone with, is just kind of its own little thing. So Flowey, just to remind you who Flowey is. So Flowey is actually the son of the king and queen of this land.
Wait, actually? He's actually the son of the king and the queen of this land?
Yes, and what happened is he passed away, but got reborn into his flower form. And he's also, as you said with your own kind of experience with this game, he has a little bit of knowledge of the player's actions. You said that he kind of pointed something out to you before.
He called me out when I killed the goat mom in my first playthrough because I was told, hey, you have to kill her. And then I felt very guilty about it, and
everyone feels guilty. Yeah, and it can be a bit confusing. That's fair. So, yeah, he's the son, and he was friends with the original human in Undertale. And that human's death was kind of what sent him over the edge. So there's a bit more that's kind of revealed about him in this run, so I don't want to say too much from that regard. But we kind of ended up saving him in the pacifist run, kind of restoring his original form, allowing him to kind of move on with his life and that kind of stuff. But
in the pacifist run?
Yes. But in this run, we're not going to be doing that. We're going to be messing everything up for this poor fella and for everyone else in the underground.
My God.
So let's get started with him. So when you originally did the tutorial with him, did you follow all of his advice to the letter, or did you kind of go against it a bit?
Do not remember what I did.
In that case, let's play around with him a little bit, because we're going to be a bit naughty in this playthrough anyway, so we might as well start here. So he's going to tell you that he's going to be hitting you with friendliness pellets. Dodge them. We'll get a kind of a nice reaction. Howdy, I'm Flowey, Flowey the flower. You're new to the underground, aren't you?
Maybe.
Golly, you must be so confused. Well, I'm
Yes.
here to help with that confusion.
Very confused.
Someone ought to teach you how things work around here. That's kind of what I'm doing right now.
Flowey can teach us too.
I guess little old me will have to do.
Thank you, Flowey.
Ready? Here we go. So, do you remember how combat works in this game, by the way?
I move around with my buttons.
Yes. See that heart? That is your soul, the very culmination of your being. Your soul starts off weak. That can grow strong if you gain a lot of LV. Now, just to point out again, so LV, the instinct for everyone is that it's level. That it stands for like character level.
Oh, it's
But
not?
part of the twist in the pacifist run is that LV actually stands for level of violence. So
Oh.
when we're leveling up, we're actually increasing our level of violence.
That's so neat.
Yeah, there's a lot of like those little kind of things in this game. There's a lot of tricks. Like, for instance, the character we named at the beginning, I don't know if you remember, we didn't actually name the character that we're playing right now. We actually named the original human. So I don't know if you remember that. But
Wait, what is our name now then?
Canonically, I believe it is Frisk, which I think is why if you name the original human Frisk, they do a hard mode. I don't know how... I've never seen someone do like a pacifist run with Frisk, like as the name, because then you'd kind of go to the end of the game and both humans are called Frisk.
That's interesting.
But anyway, we better continue on with this, because I'm going to have you kind of ignore his advice in a moment. What's LV stand for? Why, love, of course. No, well, that love is also an acronym for level of violence, you know.
Level of violence. That's actually so good.
Kind of genius. Yeah. You want some love, don't you?
I'm not sure.
You're right to be not sure. Don't worry, I'll share some with you.
Tea?
Down here, love is shared through little
what?
white friendliness pellets.
They look very friendly.
What I'm gonna ask you to do is to avoid them, actually, when he shoots them at you.
Okay.
And just to get his reaction. Are you ready? Move around. Get as many as you can. Hey, buddy. You missed them.
I did?
Yeah. Let's try again, okay? If you can, keep avoiding them.
I love how the melody is changing.
Oh, there's a lot of stuff to do with this melody. Is this a joke? Are you brain dead? Run into the bullets! Friendliness pellets!
Friendliness pellets.
Does he replace bullets with friendliness pellets? You know what's going on here, don't you?
I have absolutely no clue.
You just wanted to see me suffer. Well, yes, I did, actually. So, those were actual attacks he was doing at you. So, to hurt you.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah. So, we just dodged that. Now, here we go. Here's... Die!
I remember this part.
Yeah, I mean, it gets a lot of people, doesn't it? And here she is, Toriel, who people like to affectionately refer to as Goat Mom.
Yes, I call her Good Mom too. What a terrible creature, torturing such a poor innocent youth. Ah, do not be afraid, my child. I'm Toriel, caretaker of the ruins. I pass through this place every day to see if anyone has fallen down. You're the first human to come here in a long time. Come, I will guide you through the catacombs.
So a few things about her, actually. One is her name is a play on tutorial, because, you know, she's the tutorial of the game.
And that's such a neat name.
And secondly, she's the queen. So she's actually Flowey's mom. She doesn't know that Flowey's her son, because as far as she's concerned, her son is dead. But she's kind of living away from her husband because he's done a lot of things that she didn't agree with. So she's kind of living by herself in the ruins. That's something that's revealed later on in the pacifist run. Just thought I'd remind you of that again.
Gotcha. This way. Do I actually have to follow her, or...?
Yeah, we do at the moment have to follow her. We'll be following her, but we'll do a couple little things differently at a certain point. So these are your save points.
The shadow of the ruins looms above, filling you with determination. HP fully restored.
And we'll save. So that's also a bit of a meme with this game, like things filling you with determination. But those save points are going to be kind of interesting in a while. They're going to change a little bit because of our actions.
Oh, they will?
They will, and I'll point them out when they happen.
Welcome to your new home, Innocent One. Allow me to educate you in the operation of the ruins. The ruins are full of puzzles. Ancient fusions between diversions and Turkeys. One must solve them to move from room to room. Please adjust yourself to the sight of them.
Yeah, so she did... yeah, I just went that one. So if you read the sign on the left, I believe it's meant to be the original boat walk, not the middle road. So yeah, you see, the solution here was to walk on everything that wasn't on this white line. But since she always does that for you, you never actually have to do this particular puzzle.
Oh, so me stepping on the parts was wrong. To make progress here, you will need to trigger several switches. Do not worry, I have labeled the ones that you need to flip.
Now, if we want to play with her a bit again, as like the naughty child, we can actually ignore the... Oh yeah, do you want to read the sign, or...?
Probably. Press Z to read signs. Well, it's B for me.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it might just be set up slightly differently.
Stay on the path.
Yeah, so basically, yeah, the clue is to do that one, but Oh yeah, okay, it'll be the next one, actually. I think we do have to do this lever. Sorry, folks, as familiar as I am with this game, it has been a while since I played it. So yeah, you actually have to do this lever. It's the next one we'll kind of play around with.
The first switch is over on the wall. Do you need some help? Press the switch on the wall. Come on, you can do it.
Yeah, so we're gonna obey her in this one. Sorry, it was the next switch that I was thinking of. And this one, we're gonna ignore the one with the arrows and go for the one that doesn't have the arrows.
Is she going to actually pull the lever for me?
I don't want to spoil anything.
Go on, press the switch on the left.
This game is all about surprises.
You do know which way left is, do you not? Well, press the switch that I labeled for you.
But what if we don't wanna?
No. You want to press the other switch. I even labeled it for you. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, so we'll pull this one now and obey her.
Splendid. I'm proud of you, little one. Let us move to the next room.
So... I forgot about that, actually.
That is very fair. As a human living in the underground, monsters may attack you. You will need to be prepared for the situation. However, worry not, the process is simple. When you encounter a monster, you will enter a fight. While you are in a fight, strike up a friendly conversation. Stall for time, I will come to resolve the conflict. That's so cute.
She does, actually. At least for a part of this game.
Practice talking to the dummy.
So we're actually going to kill this dummy because it'll actually affect something later on in the game, and it's also going to kind of go along with the path we've chosen, the dark path that we've decided to walk.
Do you need some ideas for conversation topics? Well, I often start with simple, how do you do? You could ask them about their favorite books. Jokes can be useful for breaking the ice. Listen to this one. What did the skeleton tile his roof with? Shingles.
That's a pretty decent joke, I think.
It's cute. Well, I thought it was amusing. It's such a mom joke.
I was actually going to say it's a bit like a dad joke as well, but yeah, in her case, yeah, we could go with mom jokes.
Practice talking to the dummy. You can say anything. The dummy will not be bothered. You encountered the dummy.
So just to remind you on this, so in the pacifist run, you basically, each fight is basically a puzzle, essentially, where you kind of puzzle out what the monster actually wants to do and wants you to do. So act is kind of the main thing you do in that. Whereas in this run that we're doing, we're going to be doing fight. And fight is a little strange. So when you click fight, this thing that pops up kind of looks a bit like a kayak or something. And yeah, you have to select your target. You have to hit enter in the middle, ideally. ...
Dummy looks like it's going to fall over. I just wasn't sure if it's going to move from the left to right.
Oh, yeah, that's perfectly fair. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what this fight is partially to teach you, isn't it? To let you know about those kind of things. So
I
you won.
recently got stuck on the demo of Athonian Rhapsody, which is heavily inspired by Undertale. So
interesting.
it's very, very fun to play.
What was it called?
Athenian Rhapsody.
Athenian Rhapsody. Actually, I'm not familiar with that game, so I'm going to look it up.
I will be writing it to you later.
Oh yeah, but go on anyway.
The dummies are not for fighting. They are for talking. We do not want to hurt anybody, do we? Come now.
Do we? Do we want to hurt anybody? Oh,
this
poor
is just
Toriel.
going to be so sad.
Oh, there's a lot of sad moments in this run.
There is another puzzle in this room. I wonder if you can solve it.
So, what's kind of interesting about the run that we're doing as well, the Genocide run, is we're actually going to be skipping a lot of the puzzles eventually, but we haven't actually kind of triggered it to some degree at this point. So, at this point, we haven't done some of the requirements, which I'll get onto once Toriel kind of lets us start going on our way. So, I think... Oh, okay, here's our first little fight. And we're, unfortunately, little Frogget, we're going to have to kill you. So, go right ahead.
Unfortunate for the Frogget.
Oh, okay, well, this Frogget got away because we didn't kill it in one hit. And Toriel decided, you know what, I'm just going to give it the evil glare.
I love how she was staring down the frog.
Yeah, it's a very cute kind of image, alright.
The Western Room is the Eastern Room's blueprint.
I was reminding myself because this is another one where I'm pretty sure she guides you through it anyway. She says, can you solve it on your own? But I think if you talk to her here, she's like, go on.
I think I remember this part. This is the puzzle, but... Here, take my hand for a moment.
So basically, the white path
so
from
cute.
the previous room, it is quite adorable. Too bad that we're gonna have to become quite evil.
I already feel
ourselves.
bad for it.
Yeah, the anticipation of going evil.
Puzzles seem a little too dangerous for now.
So yeah, basically that was the path in the other room. I actually never have gone back, so I don't know what happens if you like.
You can't even walk into the spikes.
That is quite funny, alright.
Like, they're just stuck.
They kind of depress as you go across. Oh, this scene.
You have done excellently thus far, my child. However, I have a difficult request to ask of you. ... I would like you to walk to the end of the room by yourself. Forgive me for this.
And I love the dramatic music playing. Now, you can very easily do this. Go on.
Yeah, go on.
What I was going to say is there's a column at the end of this room. You'll see it as you go along. And when you see that column, like, try to interact with it. Because there's a nice little... I guess you can call it a little bit of an Easter egg. It should probably be popping up about...
I just love the dramatic music and nothing is happening.
There it is. So interact with that.
Dot, dot, dot.
So the reason that happens is if we come forward, you'll see she was behind it all along.
Greetings, my child. Do not worry, I did not leave you. I was merely behind this pillar the whole time. Thank you for trusting me. However, there was an important reason for this exercise. To test your independence. That's not very much of an independence.
No, but also, we're going to be going very independent in a while, if you know what I mean. Ooh.
I must attend to some business, and you must stay alone for a while. Please remain here. It's dangerous to explore by yourself. I have an idea. I will give you a cell phone. If you have a need for anything, just call. Be good, alright?
Oh, we're going to be bad. And also, she was like, oh, it's dangerous. I was tempted to cut in and say, yeah, for them.
For the others. For the others.
So our first path to villainy can actually be done if we go into the top room. Okay, in that case... Oh, she's rung, I forgot.
She's already calling.
Yeah, she's like a...
Hello, this is Teriel. You have not left the room, have you? There are a few puzzles ahead that I have yet to explain. It would be dangerous to try to solve them by yourself. Be good, alright?
I'm sorry, Toriel. We're not. So, let's head into the upper room first, because I'll show you... Or you can save. Yeah, that's fair.
Playfully crinkling through the leaves fills you with determination.
Yeah, so we'll head into the upper room now. Oh, or we're going to get into a fight. So this poor Winson, we don't have Toriel here now to save him. Our first murder.
The frog disappeared?
Yeah, well, he saw you murder someone, and he's like, I don't want to hang around for this.
I just wanted to talk to him, I promise. I didn't want to hurt him, at all.
Oh. Well, he's like, oh, I mean, you would do that in real life too. Like, you see someone like walking down the street and murder somebody, you're not going to stick around.
They could be a nice person, you know?
Oh, that's a gamble. It says take one, you see, so we're going to take a piece of candy. This is actually a healing item as well, so that's going to be quite helpful to take.
You took a piece of candy.
Oh yeah, you may as well practice the menu. Sorry, I was just kind of getting excited for this because it told you to take one. So what happens if you... Yeah. I forgot, actually. Yeah, we could do this first, and then actually, yeah, there's some funny phone calls we can do.
You took more How disgusting. That's so mean.
And if we take more?
You take another piece. You feel like the scum of earth. You took too much too fast. The candy spills onto the floor. Look at what you've done.
Oh, we're so bad. So I actually forgot. Yeah, if you bring up your cell phone again, we can actually call Toriel, and we can do a couple of interesting options. Just so call her mom and flirt. Oh, you would write to flirt.
We're flirting. Dot dot dot. Huh? Oh. She's giggling. How adorable. I could pinch your cheek. You can certainly find better than an old woman like me. I will feel so bad for killing her.
Oh, you sure will.
Can I continue flirting with her, or is it the same answer?
I actually can't remember. I've never spent too much time, like... I think I remember doing, like, one option each time. Let's see, actually, if we flirt with her again.
Oh dear, are you serious? I do not know if this is pathetic or endearing. She hung up on us.
I want to see, actually. Yeah, can you do it one more time and see if it actually new dialogue? Oh, we don't even get the option! Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Well, the only choice we have left now is to call her mom, right after flirting with her.
Yeah, that is a bit weird, actually.
This is Toriel? Huh? Did you just call me mom? Well, I suppose, would that make you happy? To call me mother? Well then, call me whatever you like.
Oh, no. We're building up a bit of a relationship with her. And as you said, we're probably going to feel real bad when that time comes.
I am already feeling awful because maybe I shouldn't be interacting with them. So I am not attached to them.
I would encourage you to fully interact with them.
I think it would. I think I might start crying.
They're very lovable characters. And to have to do this is quite sad.
The frog came back. See?
This is a different one.
No. It's the same one. It's the same
one.
Oh,
it's the same one. Yeah, sure, fair enough. If you say so.
It has to be.
So you will have to avoid these attacks. Which, yeah, he's quite a quick one.
Oh, I have to avoid attacks too. I thought only I was attacking.
No. They will attack you back. Yeah, why is this frog meowing? That is quite a good question.
Frog is...
oh, that's quite sad now that he's trying to run away.
No, it's not. He cannot run away.
Well, actually, his name turned yellow there, interestingly. And yellow actually means that you can spare them under the mercy option. But we're not going to be doing any of that. You took a bit of damage, so I would recommend just before leaving this room to interact with the save point and to get our health back. Because interacting with these...
Yes. It makes sense.
And that's all. Oh, another encounter. Although, in a while, you'll see that we'll actually be wanting to do this. Actually, I guess now's as good a time as any to kind of start explaining some of the criteria for this genocide run. So, a lot of people make a mistake. You can continue on while I'm discussing this. So, a lot of people make a mistake when they try doing this run for the first time, and they end up actually doing what's called a no mercy run. So, a no mercy run is where you play through the game, and you don't spare any enemies that you encounter. But as you'll see, that isn't actually good enough. So basically, this is a bit of a stab at grinding in video games. Hop. So basically, we're actually gonna wipe out everyone here. We're not gonna simply go on with the story. Oh look, our level of violence increased.
No, it's the amount of love we can share that increased.
Sure, if you want to interpret it like that. So we gotta take the right one. Just to let you know, just in case.
Oh, yes. I was just wondering if I could pass by it like this.
Nah, you're just making all of these holes, you see, so you're always going to fall through them. Although, a good little detail to note, actually, for some upcoming puzzles is that the holes are located over, leaves below. That's going to be relevant in a few puzzles later on.
The leaves back here?
Like them, but not quite the same. So basically, there's going to be a few puzzles.
They removed my holes.
They sure did. Unfortunately, permanence isn't a thing in that regard with this game. But so with the run, basically, we've got to kill everyone in these areas, and we've actually got to kill everyone so much so that we can't even get into any more fights in an area. And
so we have to keep walking around in the same area, like this place, or
we
this
can
room?
grind. Some people like to grind at the beginning, but since I know where the cutoff point is, I've always just found it better to just go up to that cutoff point and grind there, because you're gonna get into some fights anyway in between. So you'll clear out a few enemies, and then it'll be less. And as you'll see, there could be something that might interrupt. But anyway, go ahead.
Hello, this is Toriel. For no reason in particular, which do you prefer? Cinnamon or butterscotch? What is butterscotch?
I actually have no idea. I think that might be an American thing. I'm actually going to look it up right now. What is butterscotch? Butterscotch is a confectionery whose primary ingredients are brown sugar and butter. Some recipes include corn syrup, cream, vanilla, and salt.
So it's just a sweet treat.
Yeah, it's definitely some kind of confectionery.
Oh, I see. Thank you very much. We chose cinnamon, by the way. Is she just going to continue? Yes, she is. Hello, this is Toriel. You do not dislike butterscotch, do you? I know what your preference is, but would you turn up your nose if you found it on your plate? Right, I understand. Thank you for being patient, by the way. She's going to call again.
She will at some point. I don't know if she calls in this room.
I thought she was calling in this room again.
What, you mean when that fight started?
I thought she was calling again.
No. So, the solution to this puzzle... that's a good one as well, actually.
What about the fourth one?
You'll see that in a while, actually. They do give a kind of an answer to that. So, you'll see here, so fall down one of these holes, and I'll show you what you're meant to do here. So basically, you've got to avoid the leaves here to get to the other side.
Makes sense.
And when I say that, I mean follow the same path up above. And basically, it's safe to walk on where you just enjoy walking on the leaves. No, it's no problem.
We are doing like this evil run. We're an evil
person.
So
we should disobey every sign we come across.
Yes, it's important.
Yeah, we're going to be bad people, so we may as well act like it. So, did you memorize the path down below?
I don't think I did, but it's like something.
That's what I was wondering.
I was close.
You were quite close. You're very close. Of course, you could trial and error it. You could just create a million holes, and then you'd know where everything is. But yeah, if you just go... Actually, there's quite a good sign here.
Then you read the sign downstairs?
See, you're good at stepping on the leaves, see? So I think
you go... me out.
Oh, I was about to say, I think you go all the way down, you see, at that point.
That's not fair.
So, yeah, that's one of the criteria, and I believe the other main criteria is to just kill all of the bosses. I'm going to double check that off the top of my head, but I believe those are the two kind of main criteria. Kill every enemy, and I'm just double checking the requirements here. Yeah. That's exactly.
What there, partner? Who said you could push me around? It's the fourth rock.
It's the fourth rock. Yeah.
So you're asking me to move over? Okay, just for you, Pumpkin. That's actually kind of cute.
Except you see that rock didn't go far enough. So we're going to have to ask it again.
Mothmo. That's a very sexy wiggle.
Oh god, I forgot that.
The aroma of lime gelatin wafts through.
Oh, we could spare Mulsmol now. But we're not. So, yeah, push these rocks over and then we're going to have to interact with this bottom rock again.
You want me to move more? Alrighty, how's this?
Wrong way!
I think you got it. Yes, it was very helpful.
You have to do one more direction for this rock.
You wanted me to stay there? You're giving me a real workout.
But don't worry, that rock will stay there now.
Aren't things easier when you just ask? I guess it depends on the thing.
Well, I always ask if there's something I'm interested in. I've decided to always ask because I remember, like, as a kid, wanting to rent games from a store. You know, back in the days, those old days where you had to get your games physically. And
I
sometimes they didn't
remember.
have the game that I wanted, but my mom would say, "Look, the game isn't there." I'd say, "Can you ask them, please?" And sometimes when she asked them, they'd be like, "Yeah, we've got one at the back." And I was like, "Okay, you gotta always ask them because they might have it in the back."
They are just hiding it from you.
Yeah, they knew it specifically that I wanted that.
Knowing the mouse might one day leave its hole and get the cheese, it fills you with determination. Does it?
Now, I do wonder if we're gonna see all of this little arc of the
That's.
It stuck to the table.
It is not filling me. Wait, was that a squeak?
It is, yeah. If you interact with that hole, you get a squeak. Oh, but yeah, there's like a little ongoing storyline to do with the mouse and things on tables. But since we're doing this run, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get all of that. But we'll
I
see.
wonder.
Oh, this guy's great. I'll do this guy's voice if you don't mind.
I do not mind.
Are they gone yet?
This ghost keeps saying Z out loud repeatedly, pretending to sleep. Move it with force?
Yes, we're baddies.
Be
Well, actually,
evil.
technically, we need to move him with force before anyway.
Not
But we
step
kind of
low.
do. Yeah, so he's to do with he's actually referenced when you get to his house later in the game, to do with Napster, which was like a music piracy site back in the day.
No. What I think is he naps, he stabs, and he looks. That's his name.
Oh. Oh, well, he doesn't stab. I can guarantee you that.
He might.
No, he's too nice for that. Look, he's crying.
It's because
Oh,
he
yeah.
wants us to let down our guard. See? He's pretending to sleep.
Oh, poor fella. But I was going to say, the only reason I know about that site in the first place is there was a Futurama episode that kind of related to it, where they changed it to Kidnapster, where they were taking celebrities and, like, pirating them out. Do you ever watch Futurama, out of curiosity?
I think I watched Futurama a few times before.
But only a little bit. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Okay. Just wanted to get an idea about that.
I actually feel kind of bad killing him.
Don't you worry. He'll clarify in a moment. This is one guy that there's a bit of a joke to do with him in the Mercy run, but we'll show. Just plugging along. Oh.
He's just busy crying.
But notice that when you're hitting him, he's not shaking like everyone else is.
I mean, he's kind of a ghost, isn't he?
You do know you can't kill ghosts, right?
But I tried.
We're sort of incorporeal and all. I was just lowering my HP because I didn't want to be rude.
Oh, that's so nice of him.
Sorry, I just made this more awkward.
No, it's okay. It's okay, I still have to try to kill you.
Pretend you beat me. Ooh. And now, a funny thing,
Why did he steal
Here-
our experience?
he technically doesn't because he took an experience point, where what we are getting is like contributing towards our level of violence. Shoot, what does EXP actually stand for again in Undertale? I've actually forgotten off the top of my head. I'm gonna look that up quickly. Execution points. That's what it stands for.
He got an
So-
execution point?
No, he took an experience point. And eagle-eyed viewers, people spotted this, that a hint that what you are leveling up isn't actually your experience points, is that he takes you, like you lost an experience point, but actually it didn't change at all in your status screen.
Oh, it didn't?
So, no, it didn't. So it's two different criteria. And now you probably weren't keeping track of
I was not.
of how much experience you have, but oh, just to let you. Oh yeah, you can read it.
Did you miss it? Spider bake sale down and to the right. Come eat food made by spiders, for spiders, of spiders. Are they... What?
Yeah. So, unlike in our merciful runs, we're actually getting a decent bit of money here. So we can pick up these items if we want for healing ourselves.
Spider bake sale. All proceeds go to real spiders.
I wouldn't recommend buying too much of these. Yeah, you can. I guess you can pick up one of these like big ones if you want, or you can pick up maybe two of these smaller ones.
What are they even?
They're healing items.
I am a pro gamer. I do not need pro healing items at all.
Well, I was gonna make a joke about that. I was like, "Oh, you will." Like at a certain point in this run, you will definitely. I need them, and I played through this game several times. But on that topic, you can do this if you want because it's quite.
My friend never listens to me. Whenever I talk, they skip through my words by pressing X. That's right, pressing X. Well, at least you listen to me.
Because I think he says something slightly different if you skip through his dialogue, but you'd have to like time it so that it doesn't like end the conversation.
Oh, yeah, not you too.
Oh no, not you too.
I heard using F4 can make you have a full screen. Yes, I am playing on full screen. But what does F4 stand for? 4 frogs? I've only seen a maximum of 3 frogs in this room. This is troubling to say the least. Yes, it's just 3 of them. Is that where the one ran away to?
Yeah, maybe that was the 4th frog.
I have heard you're quite merciful for a human. Where did you hear that?
Okay, we haven't activated the run yet because we are definitely not merciful at this point.
Surely you know by now, a monster wears a yellow name when you can spare it. What do you think of that?
Oh,
very
yeah,
helpful?
We're gonna say
it's bad.
We're baddies.
We're bad, so it's bad. Really? Then I'll tell all of my friends to tell their friends. Never use yellow names. How about that?
Oh god, this is actually a choice. I forgot about this.
No more yellow names.
You know what? Keep. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter to us because
we're just going to kill all of them.
We're just going to kill all of them. I thought it might make you feel bad if you saw that they were like being merciful or whatever, but
Oh yes, it would make me feel bad. That's why I removed it.
I should have known.
I will let them know not to use yellow names. Thank you, Froggy.
That's fair. Oh, and speak of the devil.
Lux Jr.
Oh, Lux.
He looks scary. Please don't pick on me.
He's not scary at all.
I am not going to pick on him. I'm going to kill him. You literally
just... Okay, we've got very different definitions of picking on someone then.
I am not picking on him. Like, I'm not bullying him or anything. I'm just trying to murder him.
Okay, wow. Woo! Okay, let me make sure. Let me make sure not to get on your bad side, huh?
No. I wouldn't hurt anyone. It's just part of the game.
Yeah. I get it. I'm making a joke.
Hello? I just realized that it has been a while since I have cleaned up. I was not expecting you to have company so soon. There are probably a lot of things lying about here and there. You can pick them up. but do not carry more than you need. Someday you might see something you really like. You will want to leave room in your pockets for that.
Yeah, so that's just talk about the inventory management. So basically, I think you have a limit of, is it 8 items that you can carry around at once?
Maybe.
And at the moment, we don't have access to, we will get access to a box that we can put stuff in. Oh yeah.
I like that it has a non-licorice flavor.
Not a fan of licorice?
I'm not really a fan of licorice. I thought about
That's
it
fair.
and the answer is no.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of licorice myself either.
A donut made with spider cider in the batter.
Oh yeah, we'll learn a bit more about spider cider later on.
Do I have to fight them more?
No, don't worry. They'll. So we just have to get into encounters. You see, I do know that once the fact that we're baddies clicks in, they actually disappear because they're like, "Oh God, this person's coming along, gonna murder us."
There's just one switch.
An important thing here: there is equipment in this game, and I do believe one of these holes has an item that we can pick up, which is an improvement. You see, currently our weapon is a stick, and our armor is a bandage.
It is.
See? Yeah. So we want to upgrade as soon as possible. I think it might be the middle bottom one, but that's just a guess.
Do I only have one try?
Nah, you get multiple tries. You see those kind of like vent looking things at the top? You'll be able to go up, back up through those.
Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, so that's the thing. I will say, like, I love Undertale, but as someone who grew up playing loads and loads of RPGs, it is quite simple from an RPG perspective. Now, I'm sure that was intentional. After all, I guess the fact that it's quite simple as an RPG is part of its charm for a lot of people.
Toby put a lot of work into the interactions.
Yeah. Oh shoot! It was the bottom left one. Sorry, my bad. So you might see this in editing. Oh, okay, yeah, accidentally. Well, you may as well pull the switch now because
no,
okay. Or you don't.
I will not.
Fair enough. So, do you see this ribbon? It's an improved piece of armor for you. So you may as well equip that now. Oh yeah, you may as well see, yeah, that...
If you're cuter, monsters won't hit you as hard.
That's how it defends.
That's how it works.
There we go. So now you've equipped that. And you've got a bandage, which actually, interestingly, this bandage can be used as a healing item as well.
It has already been used several times.
Yeah, it gets a little descriptive when... So you might see these guys poking out of the ground.
Yes, can I talk to them?
So you'll get into combat with these guys, Vegetoids. Now, it's good that we're actually fighting them now because they will contribute to clearing out the underground. For people who, as I said before, some people like to grind it out right at the beginning. And if you do that, these guys aren't actually there. So that's kind of one of the reasons why it's nice to kind of proceed on, I think.
It smells like steamed carrots and peas. Contains vitamin A.
If you see a green one here, you actually should hit into it because it'll actually heal you. You didn't actually. But that's fair.
Vegetoid seems kind of bruised. I wonder why.
Yeah. It's not like we're doing anything to it with our stick. Beating it with a stick. But yeah, so but then again, I guess like also this was, do you know that this is like basically a one-man development, like in terms of making this game?
Yes, Toby did it on his own. I think he had some help in regards to art and music, but mostly he made it on his own.
Yes. So like it's very impressive from that perspective. Like I mean, it's still a very impressive game regardless. But yeah, oh yeah. So you won't need to go into the top right one. There's nothing in there. We'll pull that lever that you so delightfully ignored before. once this is done, and we'll proceed onwards.
Vegetite gave a mysterious smile. Why is it giving me a mysterious smile?
I mean, he's kind of always smiling, to be honest.
Fresh morning taste.
Is one of these... Nah, none of them are green. If there's a green one there, if you touch it, it'll actually heal you up a bit, you see. But maybe he only does that when you're being nice to him, you see. So
Maybe when you're nice to him. Yes, that would make sense. Would be like in character?
it would, yeah. So I'm now trying to remember how many puzzles are left. I feel like there might only be one big one left. Also, what are you doing?
I was wondering if I missed something to the left.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but I think I read the sign. Yes.
So yeah, I don't think we missed anything. So this, I think, is the last big puzzle of this dungeon. So you see... No, don't press it yet. Or are you going to spike me? Ah, you pressed it, but sure.
Why did nothing happen?
So the way this works is that these rooms will rotate. So you've got to remember the color switches in relation to the pillars.
Like left and right?
You see, it says right here.
The far door is not an exit. It simply marks a rotation perspective.
So the angle of the room is going to change, you see. It might be easier to just see it. So basically, in relation to the columns, the switches are all in the same spots, you see. So there's a switch behind here, you see.
Oh. Yes. Yes.
But if you read the sign, it'll tell you which switch to push.
If you can read this, press the blue switch.
And we know that's behind the column up there, because by process of elimination. However, not all of the rooms are going to allow you to do that. So yeah, might be a good idea to just... I don't think it'll do anything here. This room is just basically giving you like the outline of where everything is positioned. Because you see, if you move...
Okay, I understand now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
If you can read this, press the red switch. It's just the singular switch here. Is that orange or is that red?
Oh, it's red. I'll just tell you it's red. I mean, compared to those other ones which look green and blue. But now is where it's going to get somewhat tricky, because there's going to be two switches hidden, I believe.
Press the green switch.
Now, do you remember which one has the green switch?
It should be this one.
Let's see if you're right. You're right!
Because
so...
we pressed the red one.
Great stuff. Okay, so just to warn you now. So this around here is where we need to like grind. But before that, go into the room on the right here.
Okay.
And I believe in here we're going to, go up here and we're going to get an upgraded weapon.
Ooh. Well, it's a toy knife. Upgraded weapon.
It's better than a stick, according to this game.
Made of plastic. A rarity nowadays. Is it?
I actually don't know. It does sound like the kind of thing that they probably wouldn't give kids nowadays, because you could probably still like hurt each other, even if it's plastic. But I honestly have no idea. Now,
well, it has 0 attack. Its bark is worse than its bite.
Now, we might not do it this round, so if we need to pick up another item, we might get rid of that stick. But in the merciful route, you may as well be like grinding for enemies in this room here, you see, before we proceed. Because it's the last room
here?
that we need to... yeah, just right here, yeah. Because if we proceed upwards, you see, we'll progress beyond the point of that, so, yeah.
How do we know there's still enemies?
Oh, you'll see. I don't want to spoil the surprise. You can walk around here if you want. After all, as long as you just don't go beyond that room, then it'll all be okay. Although, if you're going to walk back, if you come across a save point, interact with it and just see if anything different pops up. Out of
I
curiosity.
will. I was just thinking about going to the frog room.
Oh, and see if they're still there. That's a fair thing to do. But what was I saying before about they're still here? Yeah, so maybe maybe the game still hasn't. I guess
One of them is
technically.
gone.
Oh, okay. So maybe they're like, okay, we've got to be a little careful now. Maybe they're starting to get rumblings of
Maybe.
oh, there's this horrible person down here in the underground now. So wait, what was I saying before? I've actually lost my train of thought. What was I talking about before you started walking back?
That's a very good question.
Oh shoot, I should have remembered that. That's one of like the critical rules of Let's Plays. It's like remember what you're talking about.
I don't tend to remember.
That's fair. That's fair. I just remember the Game Grumps one time. They were talking about how they were saying, and I actually this is a surprisingly good way to describe it. They were like, Let's Playing is like a bit of a whirlwind of consciousness, in the sense that because you're concentrating on the game and you're talking, you kind of can't keep track of what you're talking about, and so sometimes you'll just forget to finish something, and someone will contact
I absolutely agree with that. Like, when I started playing games in general and talking at the same time, I often got hit or fell down in-game because I was so distracted.
Yes, that's another factor of that, yeah. What do they call that? Is it like Let's Play tax? Is that what they call it? Let's Play tax? In the sense that you play worse when you're talking because of the fact that you're also concentrating on talking.
I just have to put my brain on autopilot, and I don't remember what I'm saying most of the time.
I remember I wanted... you ever hear of a game called Celeste?
Celeste? Yes, I've tried. Well, I didn't try it, but I have it.
Ah, okay. Well, I beat that game, you see, but there was a particular level that was super difficult, and I was like, oh, I wonder if I can record this and just like put it up as like a lone video. But I realized
it's going to be hard to record while playing Celeste.
Yeah, like that was the thing. Like as soon as I started recording, I was like, I'm playing really badly all of a sudden. And so I was like, okay, I gotta stop recording.
It's like, I wonder how streamers are doing it sometimes.
I haven't that much experience myself because with my streams, like not many people are popping in general. But I will say that there was one. I played through a game recently called Genocide, and I guess that game has like a big following because there were actually quite a few people popping in who were super eager to like explain to me all the mechanics and like show me where the little secrets were and everything.
What was the game name?
Lunacid. Lunacid.
I think I've heard a similar thing with Rain World. There's like this tight knit little community of people really loving this game. And they tend to join in when you're streaming it too.
Yeah, so that was definitely that experience. And when that was happening, I will say, because I was trying to focus on both chat and the game, like I was definitely playing. Gone. Oh, you might have like triggered it now. Actually, could you go back to the save point actually and see if it says anything different?
I will.
I'm actually kind of curious. No, it doesn't say anything different. It will say something different eventually. I'm not just telling you to go like hang out at the save point like for no reason.
Maybe it's the other save point.
No, it'll be all of them. We just haven't like killed enough of them yet, you see.
I forgot about this part.
Yeah, you'll have to come back now when that happens.
You will guide me. You remember.
I hope I remember. But this is the part of the run, you see, where it slows down for a lot of people, you see. Because of the fact that you've got to like grind out each area in the game, it means that you're like it kind of gets repetitive after a while before you can proceed. And
that makes sense.
That's like I was actually talking about the Game Grumps just there. When they did this run, at one point Ross brought up like a website it was like random conversation, like topic starter thing, where it was like a website that would give you random topics. And it was just like all these random questions of like, like what's your favorite like season? What's your favorite day of the week? Do you like sunny days or cloudy days or rainy days? That kind of questions.
That
It was just
sounds
like
like stuff that tutorial might tell you could use as conversation starters with the
yeah, it
dummy.
actually does actually. That does actually sound like questions Toriel would ask. Of course, they did that in the last area of the game, so by that point, Toriel was well dead. Yeah. Also, actually, hang on. They made a mistake. Was it them? I think it was them that made that mistake. There's an important item in Toriel's house that we'll need to make sure we pick up because it's very helpful for some of a particular later boss. So I don't know how much of a spoiler this is. I don't think it's that much of a spoiler. So basically, I consider this run to be very challenging, but it's very challenging for a very specific reason, you see. So for most of this run, it's actually going to be quite easy because like you're leveling up, you're getting more health,
And you're
just
getting
killing the monsters.
stronger, and you deal more damage, and the fights should be getting shorter,
Easier.
shouldn't they?
They should be, yes. Should being the operative word. For most of the fights in this run, that's going to be the case. It's going to be easier potentially than when you're doing the passives run. But there's two exceptions to that. There's going to be two boss fights in this run that are far harder than anything that would be in the pacifist run. And it's those two bosses specifically that people get stuck on.
Is that the Sans fight? Was that his name? Sans?
Sorry?
Was that the boss's name? Sans?
How much do you know, out of curiosity? I don't want to say too much, you see.
I have not much clue. Like, I saw some memes and some posts about it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Undertale has a very popular fan base, so they're
It
gonna
does.
be
It does.
memeing it up everywhere. Okay, I don't want to say too specifically then.
My favorite character in Undertale was Tem, like Temmie.
Oh, the Temmies. Oh, that's good. Did you ever find the Tem village?
I don't remember if I did. I just remember giving Tem all the money for her dog residue. Or wait, I was selling her dog residue.
Oh, you did find a Tem village then, because that you can only do that there. That Tem
Wasn't it just
sells,
a shop?
Actually, the room outside the shop has all these Tems hanging around as well.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, interesting you don't remember that. There's like a whole room of Tems, and they're all like, cracking jokes and stuff.
The most thing I remember is that Tem needs monies for Colic.
Yes. If you do that, actually, Tem will sell you the best armor in the game. But unfortunately, you can't get it in this run. Which is quite sad. But actually, oddly enough, there's actually a piece of armor that's actually better mechanically in this run. And I'm going to make sure that you have that. I'm going to make sure that when you get to that boss in particular, that really tough boss, that you are in the best position possible. Just because it is a very challenging boss.
So...
Oh, go on.
When do we know that we can continue?
So basically what'll happen is we'll get into combat and something different will happen. That'll tell us 100%, we've gotten rid of all the monsters in the area.
Well, something different did happen. Like, I fought against the Jello and a new monster.
Ah, that's what you're
These
saying.
two.
Like this.
Yes.
Well,
these two.
That's not the difference. Oh, sorry, go on.
Oh no, that's all. I was just pointing out.
Oh yeah, sorry. I'm just trying to be careful not to cut you off, you see. But I think because of Discord, there's going to be some kind of lag, so that's going to be somewhat inevitable. But what I was saying was, these guys would show up eventually doing the pacifist run as well. So basically, something else is going to happen, and you'll know it when it happens. Like, it'll stand out to you dramatically.
Dramatically. So, will the enemy suddenly gain color?
That would be dramatic. That would be very dramatic.
It would be very dramatic.
I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. But I will make sure that you. This is the other thing, you see. So as you kill more and more monsters in these areas, you see, the encounter rate drops. So it becomes harder and harder to find more monsters.
Is there like a certain amount of monsters in the same room? Or are they like spread out?
They're spread out. Remember, I said you could grind in like the very first room and kill all of your monsters there. But yeah, so there we go.
Nobody came.
That's what we were looking for. And listen to the music.
Well, the music kind of stopped and now it's just like creepy stuff.
This is the other reason why I don't like grinding right at the beginning, because this thing will keep popping up, you see. So,
will it pop up like every room you enter or every few seconds?
I think it just has its own random encounter rate. I'm not exactly sure how it works. It's just certainly much more common than what we saw the monsters becoming at the end there, you see. So, yeah, now we can proceed.
That was part 1 of our Undertale Genocide run. I hope you enjoyed.
And there will be tears in the future. I'm Owen, also known as Immortallium from Victory Chief Gaming. You can, very helpfully, there are going to be some links in the description and some cards to help guide you to my channel, where I'm helping guide a friend through some pretty challenging games such as 999 and River City Girls. So if you like what you're seeing here, maybe consider just checking out some of my content.
Please check it out if you enjoy that kind of content.